just right there. That's about it. Okay. Whew. Long time. Come on, Dino. Let's do this. Okay. Hi, my name is Dino, and what was that? Okay. Hi, my name is Dino, and welcome to. Why does it feel so off? Okay, go over your routine. Got myself shaving. Yeah, got myself shaving. Messy hair. What's wrong? What? Oh, that's way better. My name is Dino, and welcome to the EUniverse. It feels so good to finally say that. If you followed our Twitter, you might have seen me say sorry a couple of times, but if you didn't, I'm very sorry for all the delays. I am the quote-unquote producer for the update. I have a very busy casting schedule right now and just work-life balance. Maybe you see that sleep is a commodity I just can't afford, but I wouldn't have it any other way except maybe running the update in the proper weeks, because going over the updates of every ERL 2 weeks in delay, it feels weird, not only for you guys, but also for me, finding the right standings and such. So yeah, I'm recording. It's a Sunday. Hopefully, this gets out on time, and then the title of the episode can be back on track. Let's get into it.
Hello everyone, my name is Goldberg from the LEC and the LPL, but most importantly from the EUniverse, here to bring you the updates on the NLC.
Point, but definitely not in the clear, and if they start dropping games, they can be punished.
Nice hit fair by Rux, lands on the PlayStation. The Moonlight Vigil's going to spread, and that's the Graviton to lock everybody in place. The Call of the Force God knocks up everyone, and Kex slides in with a Cyclone. This is Fnatic being absolutely demolished as Featherman's taken out, and Pride just about gets away with his life as the arrow will land onto Maxi.
Week 6 in the NLC was a week of upset, at least for the first day, with Granite beating out Tricked, Resolve beating out BTXL, Riddle continuing their streak when beating out Fnatic, and Godsend beating out Nordavind in what is probably the most Fiesta game we have seen this split. Moving on to the next day, things went fairly as expected, except Singularity took a game of XL. The academies in the NLC really have been bleeding during the week 6. Moving into the next week, keep an eye out on the strong non-academy teams as they look to secure playoffs. Division A has already locked playoffs, so they are just playing for seeding. But in Division B, Nordavind, Riddle, Galaxy Racer and Tricked are all going to be great to watch as they look to fight for their playoffs in their group. This has been Goldberg, and I hope you'll be tuning in to our next week of the NLC as we're closing in on playoffs.
Hey, it's Baltic, and I'm here to talk about the LFL.
Peut-être absolument monstrueux. Et derrière, le casse-tête est excellent. Et Celtic qui va rapidement tomber à Skin également. C'est la mère Edina potentiellement, quoique. Smiley est encore en vie. Skill de Smiley qui donne absolument tout. Skill qui continue. Skill qui récupère un nouveau corps. Et qui doit maintenant s'extraire de la drogue. Pour le triple kill. Incroyable. Qui avait absolument besoin d'un très grand.
During the first half of the split, Carmine Corp didn't lose a single game and looked unbeatable. This week 5 changed it all as they go 0-2 for the first time ever, losing to Gamers Origin and LPLOL. Another top team, Misfit Premier, went 0-2 and they also lost to Gamers Origin. This team was 1-6 and were far away from playoff contention, just to go 4-0 in 2 weeks, beating the top of the standings. LPLOL was the second team to secure a 2-0 this week. Ortos upset shuffle our power rankings. We can't say at all we'll stand above the middle of the pack, as our third place is only 2 wins away from the 9th place. Moreover, our very special schedule will lead us to 2 super weeks to end the split, so teams will have to prepare accordingly. Be sure to check out the LFL stream on Thursday 22nd, as all teams will play offline in front of an audience. It will be such a relief to live this feeling again.
Hey everyone, this is Morče from Mastercard Hitpoint Masters, and we got another update for you.
Vítězství ve fightech právě pro Sinners. Teď Dynamo Eklo pořád můžou zkoušet, ale Pio dává hrozně moc damage, dívej se na Bendixe, ten je možná ve flanku.
Bendix to zkouší, tady je Uzo.
Uzo to roztáčí, jde až na Pioka, Piok je teď pod tlakem a Piok vypadá, že padne. Tohle je mrtvý Piok, tohle jsou mrtví Sinners, Dynamo Eklot, konečně našli ten jeden fight, co potřebovali.
Bendix výborně prošel tou mulhou, dokonce jsou tady teleporty směrem k midlane. Dynamo Eklot se snaží urychlit ten push.
Week 4 of our ERL is in full swing. As of now, 10 rounds have been played, which means we are pretty close to locking the playoff spots. Teams better show what they got, because there's not much time left. So far, we've had an exciting split. Recently, Viking turned around a really bad start with one roster change at the support position, from 0-5 to 5-5, and they are still going strong, looking to attack the top dogs in our league. The match to rewatch from last round is for sure DNE versus Sinners. It was a banger for sure, and DNE winning with a sub in such a tense game was pleasure to watch. This game had everything from crazy outplays, insane performances, and honestly, just some good freaking League of Legends. As usual, Asuba and Sinners, which are two most successful organizations in our league, are at first and second place respectively. While these two powerhouses might look very strong, right below them are DNE and ING, which we have been showcasing many strengths, so Asuba and Sinners might not be safe for too long. At the bottom of the table, it looks pretty grim for Inaqualis. They are dead last right now, with horror schedule. Facing top 4 teams in the next 4 rounds, well, good luck getting to playoffs, but it's gonna be quite a feat. While the top 5 teams will probably lock in their playoff spots, one of the most dramatic fights will be between Team Brute and Dark Tigers, battling out for the last playoff ticket. They both sit at 6th place, and there is not really an easy schedule ahead of them. Who's gonna make it? As always, thanks for watching, and it has been a pleasure. Make sure to tune in for some matches from our ERLs and also the others. Peace, and see you next time.
Hey everyone, my name is Terenas and I'm one of the Italian shoutcasters for the PG Nationals, the Italian Championship. And first time for me here, so it's kind of weird considering that English is my first language. I'm half Dutch and half Italian, so you know what? It's kind of an odd story, so let's get right into the games.
Provano a continuare il fight, c'è Lotus con la sua ultimate anche concentrato, sentite la precisione, double kill e double catch, triple uccisione per lui, la quadrupla da parte sua, ma c'è dall'altra parte comunque la doppia da parte di Akali che ora vuole anche la triple kill e la porta a casa così.
This week has been very exciting, considering we're getting ever so close to the playoffs and all teams have 3 days of Super Week left to get in or get left behind. Get your hands on a Machko esports match so you can realize how clean their game plans and executions are. These guys are nuts, completely nuts. They're insane. This week just further proved how close it is for the top 4 teams, Machko dominating, Axolotl having a tough time but still holding second place, with Gaian outplayed right behind them. And in all of this, Samsung Morningstars take 2 convincing wins that separate them from the bottom 2 teams. Again, keep an eye out for Machko. They are the raid boss. Every single player in the league is saying they are growing too quickly to catch up to them. Anyway, that's a wrap for me and for Italy, and I hope to see you soon.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Karen here for you with your weekly update on PG Nationals and a friendly advice. As you can see from Eurovision and Eurocup, the script is pretty clear for this year. Italy is gonna win it all, so don't even bother trying to step in our way during EU Masters.
Aggressione sulla torre della corsa superiore, click ingaggia con l'ancora, buona la frattura calciale ma poco serve, guarda la canalizzazione, si va dentro con la cintura Extex stessa, arriva un altro Fiar, Bush trova la doppia uccisione, grazie alla freccia penetrante, l'ingresso poi, buona sulla Nishice, ma non basta, Cyber si porta a casa l'uccisione di Korn, Stenboss raccoglie comunque, triple kill per Bush, l'ultimo colpo, carneficine, quadra kill per Bush!
We just got out from the Super Week that ended the regular season with Machko securing the first place even after a sloppy defeat by the end of Cyberground Gaming. Outstanding performance from Outplayed, who managed to close out the Super Week with no defeat and a second place locked in after overthrowing Gaia Esports and Axolotl. Talking about Gaia and Axolotl, they had a pretty rough week, ending up with a 9-5 record, with Gaia in 3rd position and Axolotl in 4th position based on their head-to-head record. Samsung Morningstars keeps rising and shining after the return of Vierau in the mid lane. They managed to force and secure a tiebreaker with GG Esports that brought them to the 5th position at the end of the season. GG Esports unfortunately had the shorter straw at the end of the season and ended up in the 6th position, but managed to secure their playoff spot. Unfortunately, Cyberground and Makers are out of the game, so we will see them back in the relegation tournament next split. From Karen and from PG Nationals is everything. Playoffs are getting closer, so don't miss a single round. The show begins now.
Hello everyone, this is Noah with all the news from Spanish Superliga.
Se agrupan, velocidad de carne y buscamos pelear. Buscando la sentencia de muerte, eso ha dado, ese gancho ha dado, la lluvia de balas, ¿qué está pasando? Riot Games, ponle el bar a Tila, que se ha quedado totalmente solo, Cassin, que va a acabar muriendo y son 3 kills en favor de Team Queso.
Yeah, Team Queso look great there, but if you want to see what real dominance is, you better watch the Movistar Riders versus G2 Arctic. The Riders are climbing fast and furious, a ranking marked by the falling of Ukam, that's struggling after Plasma had to leave due to medical circumstances. We hope he gets better as soon as possible, and we send to him and the team our best wishes from the EUniverse too. G2 Arctic is holding not the first place, but Riders and a renewed Mad Lions are chasing them still ahead of those who are dealing with the lowest places. And beware, because with the triumph of Astralis Stormbringers, yes, Astralis' Academy, in the Spanish amateur scene, we are having relocations this summer, and both the Monkeys and VCN Squad are in the spotlight. There are only 3 weeks of regular split left, and the most surprising thing for now is a Vodafone Giants that is almost in the bottom with a very promising team. We'll see if after the changes they announced they can come back and at least fight for the last playoff spot. This has been all, and I'll see you on the next EUpdate.
Hello, I'm Anifar, back with the LPLOL, and if you're looking for chaos, this is a segment for you.
Olha o portal direto para o Barão. E olha, este Barão nem sabe o que é que lhe aconteceu. 7.000, 6.000, 5.000, 4.000, 3.000, 2.000. Ele roubou o Sick Nick! Ele rouba o Baron! Ele rouba com o ultimate! Como é que é possível? Sobre Fair, há um defense. O Inter está lá. Cannon para baixo está o Simão. Mas o Fred está no ângulo para ajudar. Tentativa de matar o Tariq. Vão finalmente conseguir. Eles conseguem o Baron. Mas levam todos down. Simo, o que é que aconteceu aqui?
The last couple of weeks have completely shifted the narratives around any team in the LPLOL. White Dragons are no longer dominating the competition, while EGN Esports are at the bottom of the standings when they were the champions last year. On the middle of the pack, we see Offset Esports and Karma Clan going way further than we thought they would go, and GTZ Bulls and E5 are trying to catch up behind them. The matter of fact is, For the Win are extremely consistent and dominant, and consistency is key in a place full of chaos. Looking at last week's games, the most exciting one of the bunch was GTZ versus EGN. It was not only exciting because of the length that it went to, but also because of the drafts that were used with a lot of creativity in between, like a Ziggs Taric bot lane. Looking at next week's games though, we know that White Dragons are going to fight off against For the Win. And this is the do or die for the White Dragons. They can either continue their hype train, or they will finally be dethroned as the second best team in Portugal. Signing off, I have been Anifar, and I will see you again for next week's EUpdate. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Carmeline, host of Baltic Masters. Let's go.
But could be worse. Could be an Infernal.
They're going straight in, while Blind Boy's in the bot lane. Does have the TP, but it's not going to have the Mega, but can Medieval find this fight? They're burning through the health bars. They've already got 2!
So last week, we saw plenty of interesting games. Duels for the rank 1 versus Goshkila and Goxanimo, fan games between Goxanimo and Vortex, and finally the game of the week for me, Iron Wolves versus Goskila on Thursday. That game versus the rank 1, the reigning champions, not being defeated yet, versus Iron Wolves, who have been making their way up to the top, was decisive for the standings. And guess what? Iron Wolves won, making it a 3-way tie for the top 1. So, as you can see here, we've got 3 teams fighting for the first place. Here, Goxanimo, Goskila and Iron Wolves with 4 wins and 1 loss. On the other hand, we've got 3 teams fighting for that 4th place, which will be Method to Madness, Vortex and Medieval Rigger with 4 losses and just 1 win. Baltic Masters standings have never been so close before. Everything is at risk for everyone. crown is a prize, but making it to playoffs is also being thoroughly contested. Can Medieval Riga make it this time round? Will Ghostkill lose the crown? Well, tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays and check it out for yourselves. So, stay hydrated and safe. See you!
Hi everybody, I'm Trajan, and sorry, I'm a bit under the weather. I think it's the Baltics. These plays, they're just so sick.
Out comes the Horn, gets the knock-up onto Salia, splashes forth with the Bellows Breath, they can't find a Goxie, trying to get in range, there's the kill onto Lucian, and now it's a Viego-Lucian combo. This could be terrifying, but CTI flashes back in with the KL ultimate. Goxie cannot avoid it. Oh, but the healing is there, and there's the reset once again. Method to Madness clutch it out through the fight, and they take another big win, chasing down Spectral. Goxie looking for another target on their back. It's the quadra kill for the Viego. Method.
But enough of that, let's get into it. While our top 3 teams remain a cut above, the battle for 4th place and that final playoff spot remains unresolved. Method to Madness looked like they were going to kickstart their own campaign with a confident win over the Iron Wolves, but then fell down to Vortex Gaming once again, leaving them with an equal win-loss and a losing head-to-head. Check out that Vortex M2M match if you have time, if only for the Vortex mid laner Ruff's Nocturne Masterclass. Goskilla's easy schedule meant they held on to first place for now on 6-1, but Goexanimo and Iron Wolves are close behind on 5-2, with Iron Wolves being the only one to hold wins over the others. Medieval Riga's season is not done yet, with matches to play still versus Method to Madness and Vortex, both of whom will be scrabbling to clinch those extra wins to get that 4th place. No one is untouchable this split in the Baltics, and every match counts for the bottom 3 heading into week 5. It's a mixed bag of matches this time around, top team clashes, bottom teams brawling for playoffs, and the possibility for upsets aplenty. That much excitement could cure anyone's melancholy. We'll see you there.
Time for Dino is Sorry Part 2, Belgian League. So yeah, for any of the players or maybe fans watching, I'm very sorry. I haven't included a segment of the Belgian League, my own ERL, in the updates, the thing in the universe that I am actually responsible for. Because I've always prioritized finishing the edits and then trying to record my segments. But yeah, a lot has happened, so let's get right into it.
Die zijn niet meer close. Nee, die zijn niet meer close. Dat is heel eenzijdig. Hetzelfde geldt misschien voor Noob. Gaat daar, ja, tijd trekken, maar ik denk niet tijd genoeg. En Born-out places zoals die Dragon Pit. Want die is nu terrein geworden van Sector 1. Deze Dragon wordt gestald. Gaat Genk hier moeten committen? Gaat Genk er uiteindelijk deze Dragon kunnen overlaten, Diede?
Ik denk dat ze deze Dragon laat, dan is de game misschien nog gedaan. Ik denk dat ze gaan willen flippen rond deze Dragon. Gerta staat in range met de blast code. Zie komt er wel
de
aan.
Flip
Nu gaat
komt
erover.
misschien met de Gert als hij erin jumpt. Maar de Dragon reset. En dat betekent dat Smite receivers... Nu man, die... Oh, ze hebben hem gestolen! Nee. Genk doet het hier! Helemaal Albetree pakt uiteindelijk daarover. Kan hij over de muur springen. Seal heeft hij gevonden. Die is rooted. Maar 2 mensen nog altijd met de Elder Dragon buff.
And that was my favorite play up until now. It doesn't really matter in what week it was, but yeah, it was an upset victory in the end. Genk took that game of Sector 1, and now I realized that doesn't really mean anything to any one of you. Yeah. I haven't kept you guys up to date. Let's start with that. So we have 2 big changes in the Belgian League. The first one is you might miss for Elements. That team left, and we now have a French-speaking org, Starline Gaming Club. They came from the Open Tour, were one of the best teams there, came in second, and now they're trying it in the Belgian League, but they're at the bottom of the standings, sadly, but they can still make playoffs. The second change, the second big change, is that Iron Squad is a shell of its former self. They are dead last, only 1 game over Starline. That's the only game they were able to win, whilst in spring they were trying to beat KV Mechelen for the first place, and then in playoffs only fell to Sector 1 to become the 3rd seed. So yeah, right now they're at the bottom of the standings, is not looking great. And talking about those standings, let's pull those up, because now I can explain why the win from Genk was an upset. You see Sector 1 on top, only dropping 1 game, followed by KV Mechelen esports. Sector 1 did a complete roster overhaul around Zergoth, pulling in Albert, Reber, Z, and Tabe and Fittel. On paper they look maybe like the strongest team, and they are right now. But KV Mechelen is hot on their heels. They only changed one player, moving up their substitute Tuomari to the top lane and Robba left to play the Dutch league. So yeah, after EU Masters you might think this team would be the best in the Belgian league. Right now they are in second, but it's a pretty tight race because Genk is following in the third place, and both all three of those teams rather, they are locked in for playoffs. So that means we have 2 weeks left to play. Yeah, I know, I'm late, I'm very sorry, but we have 2 weeks of regular gameplay left, which means that there are 7 games for that last playoff spot, the 4th slot, and that race is really tight. Next week we'll see 7am and Iron Squad play 2 games each, and every game can be the decider to see which team of those 3, 7am, Starland and Iron Squad, yeah, Iron Squad, makes it to the playoffs. Belgian League is heating up, EUpdate is back, let's hope, and I'll see you guys next week.
Now, this has been Goldberg once again from the NLC, and I wish you a lovely day and enjoy. I don't even know what I want you to enjoy. Enjoy Kit Kat. Is that product placement? Anyways, have a great day, and wait. How do you do this? It went so well up until this point, actually. I was smurfing it, I think.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Do it! Just do it! This has been Goldberg, and I hope you'll be tuning in to our next week of the NLC as we're closing in on playoffs. There you go. Fuck you, Dino. Wow. Well, hi. I just know that's going in the fucking outro. For fuck's sake.